You are now listening to Femme podcast with Tessa Markle
and Carolina Alvarez.
Femme.
Hey, listeners.
Hi.
So we are recording right now at like 10 p.m.
Oh my gosh, guys.
We're exhausted because we're always on that hustle.
Always. And also because we were out till like 1:30 last night post podcast production work.
Sometimes you need a drink
Sometimes you need it. And then I had just flown in from New York the day before, really late. And no, that happened. Yeah, it was the night before because then I had my first day back and I was like, Tessa, I'm dying. And then here we are still in the studio late.
Always exhausted. But tell our listeners what you did in New York.
So as Tessa and I have mentioned on a previous episode, we have some companies setting us out some gears and specifically they are lenses for your iPhone to enhance filming and photography. And I snagged some because I thought it'd be fun to kind of do some test shots in the city. So I was just having a ball. I think I was using Moment fisheye lenses for a lot of it, and like with the cityscapes, it was so dope.
She took a bomb picture, you guys. If you don't follow Carolina specifically on Instagram, like check out this picture. What's your handle?
It's Carolina_Lolita08.
Yes.
Look at I don't know. I was ready to be like at gmail.com.
That's how you know we're old.
That's how we know. I don't know. But yeah, check me out. I have some dope shots. I posted one today of Grand Central as well. But yeah, they will be doing a full review, but I just thought what better place than New York to get inspired and taking the surroundings. Like I was literally just like walking around in my like world. I miss it. It was it was a fun trip.
I mean, New York, like, it's such a different vibe, right? I mean,
oh man,
like I've been to New York several times, but I've never lived there. Like like our listeners, especially that like are from LA, live in LA all their life, like never been to New York.
I love New York. Like I used to live on the Upper West Side, and by living, I was like in a crappy dorm room, but it was like I was on a high every single day. Like I'd walk outside, I'd just pinch myself. You hear the hustle and the bustle, and you walk 10 blocks in your heels or run because you're late to class. And then it's just like, it's just like I love the energy of the city and then, just the different walks of life that you're constantly around. Because in LA, everyone's kind of like in their cars. Like, you kind of have that barrier, but and I mean, it can get exhausting, don't get me wrong, but it's just there. You're just living it. You're
driving half of your day away every day, stuck in traffic.
No, it's a different vibe, and I just feel like if you guys have not been to New York, you're missing out. It's a great city. It's my favorite city. So,
and I'm real curious for you, actor, film people who have lived in both. Like, tell us.
Okay,
like
Mike just passed a note. He's like, I have a great card. You know what? I have a convertible, so I do tan and drive, and I love it. And I'm not hating on LA. I'm just saying it's a different. That's what I say. That's actually what I say to New Yorkers who give me crap about the traffic, like when they want to find something to hate on. Because I love LA too. Like I'm not. I know that I'm not a real New Yorker. I'm like, just stop. So yeah, Moment lenses. We also have Sandmark as well, and we'll do doing some test shots and showing the footage we get on our actual Instagram. But I was just doing some of that, so that was a lot of fun. And now I'm back to the real life, and I just finished first draft of our script, and I had to take a break from it to give it some critical distance,
which I think is always a good thing. Like when when that's your world, you don't even, when you step back and come back to it, you're like, oh my god, some of this was really great, some of it's terrible.
Aspects of your life, like critical distance, like girl, critical distance. No, I'm kidding. Tessa, I can never have enough of you. It's super important because this, the same problems you had before, they're still going to be there, but it gives you time to like kind of just sit and breathe on it. So I'm actually very anxious to get back and like looking at the script. I'm just like, okay, time to cut into it again, but it'll be good.
Well, tell our listeners too, because you were telling me about having a conversation with someone you met on a plane who was a filmmaker.
I met this DP on the plane, and he was awesome. And one of the things that he said that I kind of touched upon again earlier in the season with my friend Brian, was this whole concept of shooting the world and of what you're trying to create, as in selling that almost is more important than trying to invest in a whole feature where maybe you can't raise enough money for, and then you don't actually end up accomplishing that crucial task of the world you needed to sell, and then it kind of looks half-assed and it's like just not selling it. So by doing that, it's something, just doing the short film, which is something we're always like, we can't distribute that, and well, apparently now you can. But that whole idea of really delving in and just finding the right elements and pouring all your money into that will help, bring you in future investors, producers onto your project, because they will get it.
Yeah, it's like your calling card. Like you've got something to show for, like, you give me the money, this is what I can create for you.
And then they'll it's and then they'll be blown away and take it in.
If you build it, they will come. Isn't that the quote? Or if you plant it, they will come. I don't know. What's that?
I don't know, Tessa.
It's too late.
It's you throw the spaghetti on the wall.
Throw back to season 1 if you remember that guy.
Oh my gosh. And then see what sticks. Okay, I'm done. Sorry. We have fun fact. We had unplanned, unexpected. Okay. And we didn't anticipate having actual Italians at our podcast release party. And so when we were playing some funny moments from our season 1, all the Italians got silent in the room.
They weren't offended. They were
like, we don't get it. Like, that's not a saying.
It is, though. Somebody recently used that, and I was like, aha, I'm not the only one.
Maybe it's like a regional thing, like a Tessa region.
Have you guys heard that? Like, throw pasta on the wall, see what sticks, like that whole thing. I mean, you can legitimately do that to test if your pasta is cooked, by the way. But I was talking about, figuring out what works. So let us know if you've heard or used that phrase.
Let us know, because I guess our Italian connections are expanding. But okay, we're back it up. I was saying something. Okay, no, what was I saying? We're talking about.
I was just gonna go into your inspo.
We can do that too, guys. Let's go into my little inspo. So it is a quote. I actually put on my Insta story today. So if you follow me, again, I told you what my handle was, but I like to do writing tips, and I'm always trying to find inspirational guidance or quotes to share as I go through the writing process myself. And this one's by Anne Lamott, who wrote the book Bird by Bird, which I read my freshman year of high school. And it was like a creative writing book, and I really loved it, and I still have it. And I actually opened it up the other day and found a map to this hidden hot springs here in California.
What?
So I was like, wait, I forgot I went on that trip, and then I stuck it in this book.
Hold on, can we go?
Yeah, actually, I was gonna tell you.
Okay,
we need to go this Sunday. And I'm not gonna share what that was, but anyways, okay, well, it's called. No, maybe. I'm being
You'll
coy.
just have to DM her to find out.
Yes, how about that? But there's a quote that I came across today by this fabulous writer, and it goes, "If something inside you is real, we will probably find it interesting, and it will probably be universal. So you must risk placing real emotion at the center of your work. Write straight into the emotional center of things. Write towards vulnerability. Risk being unliked. Tell the truth as you understand it. And end quote. How about that? But I just really, really love that because as we were talking about creating worlds and just delving into the genre like the noir, what's gonna ultimately, like, that's all part of it, but what's even more important while you're creating that world, it's just like, where's the emotional center, and then all that stuff is just like the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Because without finding what your characters are really, what's emotionally driving them, and you kind of have to pull from yourself, which is not always an easy process.
But it's truthful.
And that's why you go through life, and and it's important that if you're a writer to just share that in your writing. I think she goes on to say that's like, it's your duty as a writer is to kind of bare your soul, and it's a band-aid that you have to rip off, because I am always like, okay, I read the scene, like, no, there it was. and it's scary, and but that's the only way people will really connect with your work. And we can paint all these scenes, but it's not, no one will really connect unless it's real. So I really love that, and I'm gonna leave you guys on that note.
Amazing. We will see you guys next time.
Bye. Wait, is that it? That was the last one?
Last one what? Episode?
Is this the last episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to Femme Regard podcast. If you like what you hear, tune in next time for more tips on the filmmaking business and insightful conversations with industry professionals over tea. We can only grow with your support, so please subscribe, share, rate, and give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast. If you leave us a great comment, we might give you a shout out on the show. For more on us, check us out at femregard.com.